Hello, Doctor.
Hello, everyone. Okay.
Hello, Doctor.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Doctor.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Doctor.
Hi. Right.
Hi.
Okay. Okay. Right.
دكتور، في احنا كم من واحد ما قدمنا امتحان المحاضرة اللي راحت، ما خلصنا
خلص إن شاء الله.
إن شاء الله.
Right. We'll have a discussion for 10 minutes, then we'll have what day is day and date is your midterm exam? I have two sections. Section 1 is on Wednesday. Are you on the 28th? 28th?
No,
Right?
No,
no,
Doctor.
Thursday, 31.
31.
31, Doctor.
Thursday.
We have, okay, just a minute. Pragmatics, those who are taking pragmatics. Pragmatics will be on Thursday, on Tuesday, 22nd, yeah? Pragmatics. Do we have any pragmatic students here? No? So
Yes,
pragmatics
Doctor, yes.
on the 22nd. Contrastive, no, just a minute. The section 1, phonetics section 1 is on the 23rd. That's a Wednesday. شعبة واحد. You are second section, yeah? You are section 2.
Doctor.
Yes,
Yeah.
Doctor, 31.
You are section 2, yes?
Yes, Doctor.
So
Yes,
it's
Doctor.
on the 31st of December, 12
Yes.
to 1. Those who are doing contrastive grammar, that's going to be on the 28th of December, same time almost, yeah, or 1 to 2. 1 to 2. Yeah? Okay. Before we carry on with the oral quiz, let me just ask you a few questions and see if you have any questions, any points that need to be clarified. Lena, how would you define a phoneme? What's meant by a phoneme?
Yes, Doctor.
Yeah, in phonetics, we said that phonetics deals with human speech sounds. Now,
Yes.
we have a more technical term referring to sounds, which is a phoneme. Now, how would you define a phoneme? Phoneme, that's P-H-O-N-E-M-E.
Yes, Doctor.
Phoneme.
I think, Doctor, it's a sound. يعني دكتور هو يعني حسب ما أنا فاهمة إنه هو الصوت بس قبل ما أنت تستخدمه بجملة بكلمة in words.
Yeah. Well, a phoneme is the
Can I, Doctor?
smallest.
The smallest meaning.
Ibrahim.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, Ibrahim.
The sound is a tone
The sound
from
is
the mouth, noise, or throat between the teeth or the anterior part
again.
of the mouth.
Again.
Phoneme.
Yeah.
The
phoneme.
sound is a tone from the mouth, nose, or through between the teeth or the anterior parts of the mouth, and this tone can only be meaningful and the sound differs from one person to another.
May I, Doctor?
يا دكتور
Okay.
May I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Okay. Hala.
Yes, Doctor. Phonemes, the smallest meaning distinguishing sound unit in the abstract representation of the sound of a language.
Again. That sounds okay. Okay. Right. Again. A phoneme is
The smallest meaning
the smallest
meaning
significant unit. It's the smallest significant
sound unit.
unit that can change meaning.
The meaning, yes.
Yeah? It's the smallest significant unit that can change meaning. Yeah? In other words, this applies to all consonants and vowels. All consonants and vowels are phonemes. They are phonemes because every phoneme, every consonant, every vowel can change meaning. So if we replace one consonant or one vowel by another, the result would be a different form, a different word with a different meaning. So if we say can. Now this has three phonemes: k sound, a sound, n sound. This means now what happens if we replace the last phoneme, which is n, yeah, by a t phoneme? What do we get?
Cat.
different
Cat,
We change the meaning.
Yeah, what word do we get?
minimal bear
If we change the n sound by a t sound, what do we get?
minimal bears
Yeah, okay. What do we get? Yeah, okay. We're going step by step. Yeah, okay.
different meanings.
Now, cat.
New word.
Yeah, can. Ka sound is a phoneme. A is a phoneme. N is a phoneme. So that's a separate word. Now, if we replace the final phoneme, the final sound, by a t sound, the result would be cat. So this means that n sound and t are phonemes. Why? Because they can change meaning. They can
Certain function.
the word along with its meaning. Now,
Yes,
what
doctor.
happens if we replace in the word cat, yeah, if we replace the a phoneme a by an a phoneme, what do we get?
Cut.
Cut. So cat and cut are two different forms because we replaced one phoneme by another. So a phoneme is the smallest significant unit that can distinguish or contrast meaning or change meaning.
Yes, doctor.
This applies to all consonants and vowels. So in a word like van, if we mispronounce the v as f, we end up having fan. Now, van and fan are two different forms. They are two different forms. That's why we have to be doubly careful when it comes to pronunciation. Now, in some languages, they don't have a z sound. So instead of saying rise, they always make it rice. And as you know, rise and rice are totally different words. Raise and race. raise, and raise. What's the meaning of raise?
رفع.
زيادة.
Raise. What's the
Raise.
meaning of raise?
ارفع.
Raise.
رفع.
Stick to one.
Raise your voice.
Yeah, raise. Okay, okay, raise. And raise.
Raise.
سباق
سباق.
Love.
Okay, okay.
Rose.
or عرق يعني it could mean raise in the front races أعراق ثانية مختلفة. Right?
Yes, دكتور.
Okay. Now what happens if somebody said, okay, what do the following words mean? What does each of the following words mean? Okay, later. Give the equivalent in Arabic, okay?
لاحقا.
Later.
لاحقا صح؟
No.
مهملات دكتور.
Later.
لاحقا
رسالة.
Later.
رسالة.
رسالة
ملاحظين انتم بتخربطوا في الفاولز.
Yes.
ملاحظين؟
دكتور.
And if I give you, say, if you are, I mean, some of you may be working as interpreters. Interpreters يعني اللي هي مترجم فوري, yes? Now we have to be careful when it comes to listening comprehension and speaking. In order to communicate well, you have to come to grips with the exact pronunciation of each phoneme. Vowels and consonants are phonemes. They can change meaning. Yeah. Again. Okay. Yeah, okay. Let's have Dia first. Dia.
Yes, doctor.
Dia.
Yes, doctor.
Later.
لاحق. What?
Give the equivalent. Give the meaning. The Arabic meaning of each one of these.
رسالة.
No. See? Later.
دكتور لتر.
مهملات.
قمامة.
لتر
مهملات.
وحدة قياس. وحدة قياس لتر.
خربطين الدنيا انتم في
مهملات.
Litter. Oh, I see what you mean. Litter means rubbish.
Yes.
Litter means rubbish, trash.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's a risala?
لتا.
لتا.
Letter, risala. Litter, rubbish or trash. Okay. Later.
لاحق.
لاحقا.
See you later. See you later. We should have conversation, by the way. We'll have some practice. So we'll practice all these phonemes in sentences, in real situations. Yeah. Later means لاحقا. And later.
مؤخرا.
Later.
رسالة.
مؤخرا دكتور.
انتم ملاحظين ليش احنا بندرس phonetics؟ يعني communication may well fail simply by replacing one phoneme by another.
دكتور لاتر الأخير أو اللاحق.
Later. اللاحق, yes. You have the former and the latter. Can you spell it, Amani?
Yes, دكتور. LATTER.
Yeah, that's very good. Can you, Ibrahim? Can you spell the word litter?
LEATLEATER.
Is that
May I,
litter?
دكتور?
Just a minute.
Can I, doctor?
Ibrahim, is that
Yes,
litter?
doctor.
Is that letter?
Letter.
Okay, Bayan, can you spell the word letter?
Letter.
No.
May I,
Can
May I,
doctor?
Doctor?
may
Can
I?
I?
May I?
Okay,
May I,
Muhammad.
Doctor?
Muhammad, can you do it? Where's Muhammad?
May I,
Okay.
Doctor?
Anybody else? Okay, Ala.
May I,
Yes,
Doctor?
Doctor. L-I,
Ala, then Lena.
yes, Doctor.
Yeah.
L-I-T-T-E-R.
Yeah, this is letter. Letter. L-I. It's L-I-T-T-E-R. Letter.
You need
Letter means rubbish or trash. How about letter, Lena?
May I, Doctor?
Lena, yes.
L-A-T-E-R.
Letter.
Can I doctor?
أنا يا دكتور.
Now, just
Can I doctor?
give her the chance, okay? Give her the chance. Yeah?
Can you repeat, Doctor, the sound?
Letter.
Letter.
Yeah.
L-I-T-T-E-R.
انتهينا من هذه. We are done with that.
L-A-T-T-E-R.
لا, that's not the one I have. I said. That's not the one I pronounced.
أنا يا دكتور.
Yes, Osama. Yeah, that's letter. We write letters. We write letters. 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 That's le. The first was li. Li has exactly the same sound as a kasra in Arabic. هذا الكسرة بتكون E. Lita. Li. L-I. Le would be L-E. Letter. I sent you a letter. I sent you a letter. Okay, later.
Can I doctor?
أنا يا دكتور.
Yes, dear.
L-A-T-E-R.
L-A-T-E-R. Okay. How do you okay, let's have someone else. I need more participants. Better.
May I, Doctor?
Can I?
أنا يا دكتور.
Okay. Better.
Doctor.
Lena.
B-E-T-T-E-R.
B-E-T-T-E-R. Better. And butter, dear.
B-A-T-T-E-R.
Again.
B-A-T-T-E-R.
Butter.
May I, Doctor?
Or
May I,
B-I.
Doctor?
Can I, doctor? Can I, doctor?
May I?
BU or BX.
May I?
May I, Doctor?
Yeah, who's that?
Lena, Doctor.
لا.
Okay. Well, let's have more participants.
Okay, Doctor.
Can I دكتور؟
We have over 60 students. Yeah, everybody should take part.
Can I دكتور؟
Yeah, Aziz, yes.
B-U-T-T-E-R.
B-U-T-T-E-R. Butter. That's butter. In Cockney English, they call it ba'a. They change the T into a glottal stop, Hamza.
In London.
They say, can I have some ba'a, please? So if you watch some movies, if they speak Cockney English, which is one of the dialects of London, then they say, can I have some ba'a, please? Can I have some ba'a, not butter? She's a cute. The sentence. She's a cute little girl would go to she's a cute little girl. Cute little girl. If you go down to the bottom of the road, they say, if you go down to the bottom of the road, bottom is Cockney for bottom of the road. Yeah. High mate, for instance, high mate. Not like we say classmate, roommate. They don't pronounce it mate. They say Mike. Hi, Mike. A glottal stop. This happens in Cockney English. Regarding the T in butter, British, in American English they say butter. Butter. They change it to a D. Yeah. Okay. Right. Now, then the definition of phoneme. A phoneme is the smallest significant unit that can change meaning or contrast meaning. Okay. So all consonants and vowels are phonemes. Why are they phonemes? We have certain criteria to check whether a certain sound is a phoneme or not. If it contrasts meaning, if it changes the meaning of a word, of any given word, then it's a phoneme. Yeah. Now we use minimal pairs to contrast phonemes, contrast and determine phonemes. So we try to find two words that are identical. Identical means متطابق, yes?
Yes,
In
دكتور.
other words, they have the same number of sounds in the same order, except for one phoneme. In other words, we have two words that have the same number of sounds, say 3 sounds, 4 sounds. In cat and can, each one has 3 phonemes. They differ only in one phoneme. This difference may be at the beginning of the word, in the middle of the word, or at the end. See what I mean? For instance, we say man
pool and poor.
and van. Man and van. Each has 3 phonemes in the same order. They differ initially at the beginning. So we have man, van. We call this
bed,
minimal pair. Yeah, okay. Ibrahim.
bad, bed,
Again.
bad, bed,
Start.
bad, B-A-D, bed,
Bat.
B-E-D,
Bat and
bed, سرير يعني. bed, B-E-D,
bat
minimal
and
pairs.
bed. Oh, just a minute. Bad and bed.
Yes,
Bad, not bad.
bad,
Bad.
with the
With a T,
With a
D.
da.
with a da or a ta.
da.
Da sound.
Okay, bad and bad would be okay.
Can I, Doctor?
Can I, دكتور؟
Can I,
Can I,
doctor?
Can
doctor?
I?
Nandal.
Fig and big.
Again,
Fig and big.
sick and pick. Tick and sick. Thin and sin. Thin. Thin and sin. In French, I mean, they have a problem with the th sound. So they replace all th sounds by s sounds. Thin, sin. Thick, thick. Instead of saying thick, they say sick. Or sometimes they use it. They replace the th sound by a ta sound. So Thatcher in French is Madame Thatcher. They say Thatcher, Madame Thatcher. Ta, not the. They have a problem with that.
3 and
Some
3.
some Arab students do have a problem with the tha sound because they don't have it in their dialect. So instead of saying a third, for instance, what did they say? A third. What did they say in Arabic? Yeah, some native speakers of Arabic, because of the influence of the dialect, instead of saying a third, they say asas.
Yes.
Of course, a third and asas are totally different. Yeah. Instead of saying, let's have a th sound. Th.
Teen.
No, that's a ta and ta. But we need a th and sa.
دكتور ثامر، اسم ثامر.
اسم
ثامر. في ناس بتفضلوه ثامر، في ناس بتفضلوه سامر، يعني
وفي ناس بتفضلوه ثامر برضه. ثامر yeah. Depending on انت الان ترى مجموعه كل واحد عنده مشاكل في النطق، يعني the type of errors committed by one student may not be so by another student. So it's not okay to say
like number 3.
Jordanian, okay, 3 goes to 3. Yeah, or
yes.
3 by some people. The same group now, the same group. I mean, the number is about 69, I think. The same group don't have the same problems. So some of them may have a problem with certain sounds, like the th sound, for instance. They replace it by sa. Okay.
The play with the
sabit. Okay.
The doctor.
The sound. The sound. Instead of saying hada, they say haza. Even in Arabic, I mean, by the way, we do commit pronunciation errors because of the influence not of standard Arabic, but because of the influence of dialects. Because we acquire the dialect first, then we start learning standard Arabic. هي اللغة العربية لغة الضاد صح؟
Yes,
لغة
dictator.
الضاد نسميها لغة الضاد.
Yes,
yesterday
dictator.
or the day before yesterday, there was a celebration of the Arabic Day, Arabic Language Day. Yeah, most scholars even mispronounce the dad. They make it dha. They make it a dha sound. So instead of saying dhalla, they say dhalla. الضالين goes to الضالين. Do you notice this?
Yes, dictator.
Yeah, most
كمان بكلمة الظهر
with the dha sound. Or sometimes they replace it they replace dha by za. So instead of saying zalim, they say zalim. These are some of the problems we face, not in English, in the articulation of English sounds, but of Arabic sounds. Yeah. Okay. So we try to find minimal pairs to determine whether a certain element is a phoneme or not. So 2 words having the same number of sounds in the same order, except for one sound. This sound may be different at the beginning, in the middle, or at the end. Then we have allophones. What are allophones?
May I dictate?
Allophones.
Can I?
May I dictate?
Shireen.
May I, doctor?
Yeah, Shireen.
The variance of pronunciation of the phoneme.
Yeah, variance. variants of the same phoneme. Variants. Variants here means different shapes, different ways of pronouncing the same phoneme. So the same phoneme may be pronounced in two different ways without changing the meaning. Without. So there are allophones. Allo means different. Phones, sounds. So there are different sounds of the same phoneme. So for instance, in the word, the sound L occurs in the words LIP and WELL. How do you pronounce each? Can anybody say LIP?
Lib.
lip,
lip,
Lip.
lip,
Lip. Notice the difference. Lip. Okay? Say the word WELL.
will,
Well. Well. So it's not will. Now the
Yes.
first is lip. 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 The second, or lack. 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 The second is well. He speaks English well. 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 Now these two, la and it's like you would say in Arabic, ilah and Allah. Ilah, la sound, and Allah. What's the difference? Do you notice the difference?
دكتور بالأولى اللام مرققة بالثانية مفخمة يعني.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Now, most Americans or English-speaking people, I mean, when they learn Arabic, they can't say Allah. They say Allah. They have a problem sometimes with the distribution of allophones. So we in phonetics we lip the la in the word lip is referred to as a clear allophone. A clear allophone. Clear يعني مرقق. The one in well or middle, in the middle of words, not in the middle, yeah? Most Arabs tend to say middle of. It's in the middle of. That's dark. We call it dark. So we say that the phoneme L has two allophones. That means it's pronounced in two ways. One is clear, as in lip, lack, lick. The other is dark, D-A-R-K, dark, as in well, middle, physical. So it's not physical, yeah? And most Arab learners say physical, yeah? That's clear.
Doctor,
It should be physical, yeah.
like the ta sound in star and tar and rider.
The ta sound in
Ta sound in star, ta, and tar, nearly ta, and rider, nearly da in Arabic.
Okay. Now, I mean, la is one example of allophones. Now we are talking about another type of allophones. So I'll give you two examples. Yeah, two types. One is the phoneme l, which has clear and dark. The other is each voiceless stop, p, t, k. Okay, p, t, k. We call these voiceless stops. Yeah, voiceless stops. Now, each voiceless stop is pronounced in two different ways. The first is when we say pen, 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 pen. Hold the paper and try to say pen, 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 or hold your palm, pen, pen. You can feel a puff of air. We call this a puff of air. Pen, 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 pan, pan. Yeah, you can feel a puff of air. That's when the p occurs at the beginning and is followed by a vowel. Yeah, got it?
Yes,
If
دكتور.
it occurs at the
دكتور أحكي
beginning.
أمثلة على حرف الباء.
Sorry.
بصير أعطي أمثلة على حرف الباء إنه بيكون بالأول بوف قوي، بعدين وسط، بعدين بدون. زي
Yeah, okay.
كلمة pen. pen هي فيها
pen,
بوف.
pen, pen.
pen. أما span. span أخف. span.
Okay.
and stop. stop without buff.
Without okay.
Without buff of air.
Now the rule is that if it's followed by a vowel, we call it aspirated. Aspirated. Aspirated means it's accompanied by a puff of air. Just hold a paper, a small piece of paper, or a lighter, yeah? Try to say pen, 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 okay? Try to say play, play. If it's followed by a consonant, then it's unaspirated. If it's followed, play is followed by a consonant. The p is followed by a consonant. So that we call this unaspirated. It's unaspirated. Pen, 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 pen. Aspirated, because it's followed by a vowel. Play, play, play is unaspirated. Same applies to 10, number 10, 2, 2, 2. The t sound, if followed by a vowel, is aspirated. Kin, 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 kill, aspirated. Clay is unaspirated. So this means that each voiceless stop is pronounced in two different ways. One is aspirated, the other is unaspirated. This applies to the three voiceless stops. P, T, K. So we say number one. What's after number one? Two. Two. You can feel the aspiration. Yeah, Ala, can you say it? Can you give 3 examples?
Two.
4 examples of the t sound at the beginning, if it's followed by a vowel sound.
Yes, Doctor. Tar.
Again.
Tar.
Ka or ta. Is it ta or
ta? Ta.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Then
And star.
Star, 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 star. Now the rule is that if it occurs at the beginning of words, initially that is, we call it initially at the beginning. If it occurs at the beginning and is followed by a vowel, then it's aspirated. But if it's followed by a consonant, then it's unaspirated. So say clay, 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 clay. But keen, 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 king, keen. That's aspirated. K is aspirated. Of course, sounds, not letters, because the K maybe a C or a K or a Q. Yeah.
Yes, doctor.
Right. So allophones then are variants of the same phoneme, different forms of the same phoneme. Now, what do you mean by clusters, Lena?
Yes, doctor.
Yeah, clusters.
A cluster, it's a group of consonant.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Two or three consonant.
Two, three,
Without,
or four.
yes, without any interventing.
Without any intervening vowel.
Vowels.
We have, in other words, we have CC without a V in the middle. We have CCC. So CC would be speak. Speak has CC. Splash, splash has CCC, three C's. Splendid has CCC. Asked, 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 American asked is S sound, K sound, T sound. So you have C, C, C. Texts, texts. The X has CC, K and S. Then you have texts. Yeah, T sound, which is a C, and S is another C. Text, it has four. Okay. What are sibilant sounds? Sibilant sounds. English, we said, has 6 sibilant sounds. 6 sibilant sounds. There's a S. So this applies, we need to learn these because of the pronunciation of plural nouns and third person singular verbs with a third person singular. So we have bus, buses, buzz or quiz, quizzes, clash, clashes, church, churches, judge, judges. So it's not judges, judges. Garage, garages. So sibilants are 6. After any sibilant, if you want to add the S sound, make it plural, the sound of this plural S is. So I said that that the plural morpheme S is pronounced in 3 different ways. It's pronounced as Z, as in bags, S as in cats, and is as in buses or clashes. Same applies to the verbs. So we say he teach, he teaches, he teaches, he watches, not watch, teaches, not teach. Teaches,
yes,
he or he teaches, is. Right. Do you have any, do you have a class immediately after this? Yeah? Do you have a class? No?
No, doctor.
No, doctor.
Would you like, I mean, do you have any questions?
No, doctor.
Okay, so Tuesday we'll have, see if you have any questions on Tuesday. And those who haven't taken the oral quiz I'll try to examine oral. Yeah. Any questions? Yes.
About our homework.
Pardon?